So welcome. I'm glad that we're starting seated so we can kind of make our way up and then back down again and kind of have that full range of motion. So for now, our roots are coming out of our seat and we can slide our hands anywhere that helps us be receptive. So sometimes in the morning, starting a pause with palms up can be nice, or in the evening, down as you're settling. So I'm going to invite you to have palms up this morning. And your eyes can be opened for now. And as your palms are faced upward, this gesture, as I said, of being receptive and receiving. Also, take a look around, and I just want you to please notice the trees. Those of you that spend some time with me probably know my fascination and my enchantment with trees. And I'm going to read to you something short called Advice from a Tree. Tiny little book. Some of you might be familiar with it. And the brief intro says, everyone needs a wise friend, someone who knows how to say just the right thing at just the right moment. Here, 100-year-old cottonwood tree shares its simple wisdom about life, about living in harmony with ourselves and with nature. And so here is the poem, Advice from a Tree. Dear friend, stand tall and proud. Sink your roots deeply into the earth. Reflect the light of your own true nature. Think long term. Go out on a limb. Remember your place among all living beings. Embrace with joy the changing seasons, for each yields its own abundance, the energy and birth of spring, the growth and contentment of summer, the wisdom to let go like leaves in the fall, the rest and quiet renewal of winter. Feel the wind and the sun and delight in their presence. Look up at the moon that shines down upon you and the mystery of the stars at night. Seek nourishment from the good things in life, simple pleasures, earth, fresh air, and light. Be content with your natural beauty. Drink plenty of water. Let your limbs sway and dance in the breezes. Be flexible. Remember your roots and enjoy the view. Ilan Shamir. So let's take our moment here to set an intention for practice this morning. All right, it's a movement, mindfulness practice. It can be a lot of things to a lot of different people. And as we start to shift to standing position and get ready to do some movement, really stay connected to the centering, the presence of nature here, and let that be part of your inspiration this morning. Whenever you slip off into what's coming in this day, just come back, gaze into nature, and kind of resume the presence within the movements. I invite you to standing. And if you want to, you can stay, on your blanket for now, or if you want to slip onto the grass for grounding a little bit more, do so. Right, so let's always start with these purging and cleansing exercises from the Qigong tradition. We move into our Tai Chi flow to circulate all this fresh purged energy. And then we sit back down for meditation right at the end. So you start by shake like a tree. You're going to start to sink your awareness into your feet, even as your heels might be tapping down into the ground, creating a little bit of a rhythm, a shake. We're starting to gather the breath in through the nostrils and down into the belly a little bit more. And we're like literally shaking off the tension of previous days, or even just the stiffness of the morning. Through this shaking movement, we're also starting to activate our visualization capacities. You can be imagining flicking off your fingertips, anything you picked up anywhere that's not what you want to keep, you're just kind of flicking it off. Some people might decide to bounce a little more or a little less, and it's Wonderful to try to bring that bounce up into your shoulders. All right, so if you can let your shoulders do a little bit of that, 'cause a lot of us carry weight of the world on our shoulders. Couple breaths in through nose and out through the mouth. So this is one version of taking out the trash. More breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And slow it all down. Pause and feel. So we're gonna come into that Wuji posture that has the feet hip distance apart, toes facing forward. Slight bend to the knees. Tailbone starts to drop. Pubic bone turns up just a little bit, starting to lengthen the spine. Chin draws in slightly to elevate that feeling of the crown of the head lifting up. Arms relaxed. Standing meditation, Wuji, posture of emptiness and all possibility. Just witness the beating of your heart and the respiration of your lungs. Imagine every cell of your body just got woken up with a little bit of shake. Nice. Then we're gonna further take out the trash, swinging your palms up towards your face. And then as you fold at the waist, the palms turn back and you kind of swoosh back with the hands. So I will do it a few times slowly and then you can add some vigor to it. Exhale, comes down and forward. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, down. Gathering in fresh energy of clarity to the mind. Exhale, taking out the trash. So kind of cycle of release and drawing in. And then you can do that as much as you'd like. If you carry a lot of tension in the shoulders, really swinging your arms and having your hands go far back might be really helpful. Take good care of your low back. And an exhale, even with the sound, could be great. Good. This is part of the routine of medical Qigong, which is really targeted toward organs, central nervous system, and so forth. One more time to take out the trash. And then slide your hands down, palms face the earth. Spread gently through the fingers. Do the same thing through your toes and your feet. Again, sink the hips slightly like you're going to sit on a very high stool. Lengthen as the tailbone drops. Crown lifts, forms a pole, the Taiji pole. Runs from the highest heavens to the deepest earth, right through the center of your body. Soften your feet open to the ground. Same with your hands, connecting with the earth force. Right hand holds connection with the earth force. Left hand scoops and traces the center channel of the body. So left fingertips come all the way straight up overhead. Gather sky energy. Bring that down through the top of your head. Right, this whole wash of light down from above, deep into the body, and then left hand connects with the earth force. Right hand scoops up. Gather in. Slowly come on down. So we do that several more times. Stay with that nice deep abdominal breathing. The standing posture that has that little bend to the knees, so we keep the legs active. We're starting into this moving meditative quality that really anchors us between heaven and earth. This time, both hands connect to the earth force. Imagine you're kind of attracting, you've got magnets in your palms attracting this chi. And then direct your palms towards your lower abdomen, the lower dantian, your energy center, your power pack, energy bank account. And angling that energy from the palms into your lower abdomen, clear through to your low back, charging the kidneys as well. Interlace your fingers, lift your elbows, lift your palms, reach up overhead, find a gentle extension, twist from your waist to the left, looking left. Bring your attention to your low back. I want you to feel that little twist, that little awareness right down there. Turn back to the center. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, keep your hips forward. So try to keep your knees pointing forward. Just turn the torso to the right. Head turns to the right. Gaze goes to the right. Feel your low back. Nice. Come back to the center. Take a nice breath in. One more time to the left. Maybe a nice exhale as you return back to face forward. Breath in, breath out, turn right. Good. And this time when you turn back to the center, spread the fingers, let your fingers just comb right down through the air. Start to get that idea that you're going to move with less effort than you usually do. Roll the shoulders once. Feel your arms now right down by your side. Feet are planted, turning from the waist, left and right. Go slowly at first. You can bring your mind's eye, your attention to your spine. Wanting that quality of suppleness, flexibility, length. And then you can pick up the pace a little bit. Keep turning from the waist. This time, let that centrifugal force carry your hands out away from the body and back onto the body. Twisting and tapping. Another purging exercise. So in through the nose, out through the mouth is the breath pattern. When we're cleansing, clearing, making space. We're going to bring good energy into that space and we're going to move it around. Okay, so follow your body's instinct and swing around to whatever degree of vigor you would like. Let those arms be really relaxed when they're extended, and then feel your elbows bend and your palms naturally against your body. Low back's an important energy switch plate back there in the Mingmen, lower back. We want to make sure we're tapping the lower back with that back hand. Smiling is part of the practice as well. It affects your brain chemistry. It's not for my sake, but for yours. It also often opens the door to a little bit of lightness, maybe some gratitude. Ooh, peek of sun. And then you can take it up a little higher. Do give notice to where your hands are touching the body. We're tapping open these meridians, these energy highways in the body. You can also just think about tapping out tension. So along with that gentle smile, there's a soft jaw. In fact, most of the practice is about being soft and loose and fluid. Eventually, these hands come around up to the upper chest, maybe even a tap over the shoulder. Take a few more with that intention to have your spine loosen up. And as you bring it down, you're going to tap your way back down. The head stays upright, so we really don't drop the chin. We keep facing forward. Slow it down. It's back to Wuji. Feet sinking, tailbone dropping, spine lengthening, knees slightly bent. You want to feel open in the qua, which is the front of the hips. Feel your arms relaxed by your side. Just focus on your breathing. And then as you open your eyes, Thoreau had a quote, it's not what you see, it's what the looking is. So just not just seeing what's in front of you, but really looking. for what's there. There's elements of nature. Feel any pulsation of energy in your palms. Bring your hands up, and with your elbows by your shoulders, spring fingers spread wide, we're going to back bend. We're lifting the chest up, kind of sending our seat back a little bit. We're purposely putting a little arch in the back. The breath comes in, and then we squeeze the hands round the spine. Bring your elbows together, round forward. We're going to flow in and out of that. This is one of the few more vigorous moves. This is spinal cord breathing or lymph pumping. Exhale, bring it in, tuck your chin in, round your spine. And then you just breathe at your own rate. You want to get those nice full breaths. Two more rounds. Purging, exhale would be appropriate. Listen to the sound of your breathing as part of the sounds of nature here. Nice. And the next time we meet up, all with the arms open. Now we're going to come back to a lengthened spine. Take the palms to the top of the head. Little taps. You can use fingertips from the crown all the way down sides of the head, over forehead, cheekbones, cheeks and jaw, chin, around to the back of the neck. It's either fingertips, palms, or fists knocking. You just kind of figure out what's good for you. Tapping away tension, opening up the channels, down to the top of the shoulders, front of the chest. Good. Down through the chest and onto the ribs. Around the sides of the waist, into the low belly. About supporting all of our organs. Wrapping around to the back. Down the outer hips. Broad palms out seam of the legs. Tops of the feet. Inner ankles, inner legs. Nice, all the way up to the chest again, and then right arm comes out with the right palm up, left palm onto the right shoulder, tapping, patting, right down, right palm, turn the hand over, all the way up, outside, across the top, other side, left arm down. As much coverage as you can with that palm, it over. On up, back down, right down to the front of the hips, and nice soft but firm pats here. And slide your hands right onto your waist. Step your feet a tad wider if you can. Hip circles. So start with small circles around. Feel that weight shifting from one foot to the other. Make sure that your head stays fairly upright, but you don't feel rigid. You know, you can move the head a little bit, but we're not really bending at the waist quite yet. Feel the whole terrain of your foot, away from your heels, up into the balls of your feet and your toes. And then take a pause. We'll circle the other way. Notice if you can keep your shoulders well relaxed. Maintaining that connection through your feet to the ground. And the next time your hips are back, slide your palms onto your upper thighs. Step your feet a little wider yet. Turn your toes out. And then your palms, or the heel of your hand to be precise, is right on your thigh bones with the fingers slightly tipped in. Good. Sit a little more deeply if you can. Shift your right shoulder forward, look left, stay and breathe. Right? Use the minimal effort. You don't have to be gripping and all tight here. but we're rotating the spine, particularly up into the thoracic, that mid spine, and up into the cervical, into the neck, with the right shoulder forward, the left shoulder pulling back, gaze over the left shoulder. Take a nice even inhalation and exhalation of equalizing breath, where inhale and exhale equal. Come back to center. Pivot the other way. Put your left shoulder forward, pull your right shoulder back. Your hips are low, your legs are supporting you well. Deep inhale and exhale. Excellent. Face forward, and now we're going to slide into a forward fold. Pitch your toes forward at this time. Slide your hands down. Stop at any place you'd like in the fold. Some people might come all the way down. Touch the ground with the palms. Certainly not necessary, but if you wanted to bend your knees enough to get your palms down, that could be really good. And then we're going to gather from the earth. So with a scooping gesture, we're drawing energy up from the earth in our palms. As we start to roll to standing, we're also thinking about energy coming in through the soles of our feet. Right? So what's happening in the interior of the body is kind of mirrored with the hands on the exterior of the body. Turn your palms to face up. Shower down. Bless you. Prepare to round forward and take another scoop of this nourishing earth energy. Floor of the grove, right up, filling us up and coming down. So that's the movement. You can make it your own for several rounds. Pay attention again, always, to the grounding of your feet, the strength of your legs, that length of your spine, and this activity of the shoulders, the hands. Attending to those nice, slow, deep breaths. Feel that gratitude showering down over you as your hands spread out. So receiving the gifts of the earth, taking it in, offering gratitude in exchange, reciprocity. One more round. Slow meditative movement. Practicing not rushing, pausing with the hands overhead. Now gathering from above. Nice big scoop. Receiving it down through the crown of your head. Imagine the whole body is filling with light, healthy energy coming all the way down. This time, turn your palms out and rise up. So as we roll up, the hands are out by our sides. Good. Drawing down. Receiving all that you need for this day. Rounding forward. Hands move away from the body as you rise. So just a few times, no words, just the movement. And that concludes, come back to Wuji Earth Force. So standing meditation. Sink your weight into your feet. Allow your tailbone to lengthen, your knees soften into a slight bend. Your chin draws in. Center channel of the body lengthens. Just connecting heaven and earth through the crown of the head and through the palms and the feet. Staying in a standing meditation, but take the palms and turn them inward towards your lower dantian. Taking a nice deep breath here, kind of charging the lowest energy center. Gently, your hands rise in front of the chest, middle dantian. Breathing, sending energy from the palms right into the heart. And upper dantian is the forehead area. So you turn your palms out, form a little triangle somewhere in front of your forehead. And let's take a nice deep breath here. And as your arms come out to the side, let them fall down. Take a fresh step with each foot, maybe a little shake if you need to. Wide-footed stance. Right hand holding the sun or holding the moon. So in daytime, it's called holding the sun. The right hand comes back and rests on your low. Just stays put. Left arm comes out and up. So for now, the toes are pointing forward. We're going to take several circles, and the imagery is that you are holding the sun in your left palm, making like a full orbit. So it could be a little different. You might be adjusting for troubles with your back or just whatever feels best for you. Maybe you layer it on the breath. It's like an inhale as the sun rises and an exhale as the sun sets. Stay with it a few times until the movement has a chance to kind of imprint. You start to blend the coordination with the breathing and with the quality of being loose and soft. One more around, and then we're going to add a leg movement to it. So this time, as we come up and around, prepare to bend your right knee. The hand continues to orbit. The right knee stays bent, and then the left fingertips point towards your left toes as you angle your left toes out to the left a little more. Tuck the chin in slightly. Pause to stretch the inseam of your left leg. As you start to come up, bend your left knee. Turn your left toes directly to the left. And as you bend the left knee, straighten your right leg. You're in a lunge. In your palm is still the sun. Take that palm back. You don't have to be leaning your left hand way out away from you. Stay within your own kind of channel here. Soft left palm back behind you. Gestures to open the chest. You're turning back gently. Gazing at the sun. Come back to bring the sun right out there off your left shoulder. Straighten both legs. Turn your toes forward. Bend your left elbow. Rest your left palm on your low back. Right hand comes out. We're going to come up. Holding the sun in the right palm. We're going to take a number of these circles. Knees are slightly bent. Ride the wave of the breath. The inhale, bringing the palm up. And the exhale, bring the palm down. So your low back open up when you're folded. That's desirable. Allow yourself to move at your own pace. Soft, flowing movement. Quieter moments, always keeping our senses open to commune with nature. One more circle around, and then we'll prepare to add the leg component. This time when your right hand's up and you're circling toward the left, bend your left knee. Hand continues to orbit around until right fingertips reach toward the right foot. Lift your right toes, pivot them a 45-degree angle, put your foot back down, pause, tuck your chin in, bend your left knee, stretch the inseam of your right leg. As you bend the right knee and you prepare to rise with your torso, bring your right palm off to the right, turn your right toes to match the position of your right hand, straighten your left leg. Good. So don't reach too far out. Stay in a reasonable range. Take your right palm, and as you look at it, take it back behind you any amount. Open through the chest. Purposeful little squeeze in the low back for your kidneys, your adrenal glands. Come back to have holding the sun off your right shoulder. Straighten your legs, point your toes forward, bring both hands to the low back. Breathe and pause. Turn your palms onto your low back. Drop your head forward, rub your low back, rub your kidneys. You can rub around the belt channel, which is kind of self-explanatory. Give your head a little wag. You can roll your shoulders around a little bit if you'd like to. Nice. And then slide your hands down the back of your legs. Find yourself in a soft fold that works for you. Again, you can have your palms on your thighs, supported and just hinged at the waist, or you can fold very deeply forward or somewhere in between. For those who have a deep fold going, move your head around a little bit, like nod your head, encourage your neck to lengthen, your whole spinal cord to find a little more space, and your head drops. Beautiful. Let's roll, restack. Find yourself back up nice and tall. Connect to the earth force through your palms. Sink your weight into your feet. Allow your tailbone to drop down. Feel the pubic bone turn up a little bit. Relaxed across the chest. Feel your chin drawn in ever so slightly to have that lift through the spine, up through the crown of the head and beyond. Grounded, present, and connected. Time charging the dantians. Take your palms, your chi-filled palms, face them toward your lower abdomen. Take a few relaxed, smooth, deep belly breaths. Enhancing the health of all the organs that your palms are facing. Slowly, mindfully slide your palms up to your middle dantian in front of the chest. Sending that quality of good health to all the upper organs in the upper torso. Hands up to the upper dantian. Turn your palms to face forward. Right? Just open to inspiration, clarity of mind, gentleness of thought. And let the hands just dissolve right down. I'm going to come off that stance. I'm going to take a little walk, a little turn around our space. So you can shake out anything you'd like to. Make a shift into our flowing Tai Chi movements. So we're going to circulate all that good energy we just drew in and charge the body with. So let's start by rubbing the hands. And activate as much of the surface of the skin on your hands as possible. So kind of like you're really lotioning, waking up. And don't forget the space between the fingers and the thumb. Nice. You can interlace your fingers, roll around your wrists a few times. And then whatever's the opposite way of that. Nice. Let's do claps. And let's yay for the morning. And then let's engage our concentration in the space between the hands. So let's form a little chi ball. Again, it's always in the wuji stance, feet shoulder distance apart or slightly larger if you like the activation for your legs. Sink your tail. Sitting on the high stool. And then you can bring the chi ball anywhere up in the front of your body where it just feels, comfortable for your shoulders. And then start to give a tiny little pulse. Right? and accumulate or gather your attention into your palms, right? Each palm can be experienced individually, but you can also experience potentially the palms working together, kind of creating this force or connecting with this force. And you can pulse on it, roll it around a little bit. And just let your mind rest in that space of relaxed curiosity. Don't really understand everything about this chi ball. Don't know, don't need to know, just present to it. And we're going to take this ball and we're going to stretch it, move it all over the place. And it's going to reflect the stretching, the moving, the enhancing of our life force energy within our body. So please take your chi ball over in front of your left hip with your left hand on top and your right hand on the bottom. This flow turns us from left to right, left and right, back and forth with this changing of the hand shape. So as we start to turn toward the right, feel that soft right palm come up toward the right shoulder. As you keep turning to the right, the hands travel around and reform the chi ball off your right hip. Right hand on top, left hand on the bottom. And as we turn, the bottom hand, the left hand starts to rise up. The right hand's just kind of following along for the ride. Once you get over to the left, the palms face each other, make the ball, left hand on top. And so it goes. Start to rotate to the right. That right hand come up, left hand comes around, and you form the ball. And we'll continue with that. Kind of like you're taking the ball and stretching it on kind of a diagonal stretch. And then it kind of rebounds back into the ball shape. And we'll just add a little breathing and a little weight shifting if we'd like. So I like to start with an exhale when I have the ball and inhale as I'm moving the ball. Exhale, the ball reforms. Inhale, turning. And then as little effort, as little mental effort as required, you can certainly make this, adapt this into kind of your own creative shape. As long as you're breathing and you're moving and you're present, I'd say you're doing it. So sometimes it feels like a restraint at first to move so slowly, but if you stay with it, you might find that you eventually can relax into the slower flow. It takes a little getting used to. You can add shifting your weight. So as your hands travel to the left, you can shift onto the left foot and lift your right heel. And then as you start to travel to the right, you can shift weight to your right foot and your left heel lifts. So that's just an additional little footwork that you can do if you'd like. Always coming back to any sense of relationship between the palms, to the quality of being relaxed and receptive. Feel the way that your body movements and your breath really kind of merge together, like they're informing each other. The slow movement lets the breath say, oh, okay, slowing down, relaxing, taking it easy. And then the slow breath informs the movements in the same kind of way. Stay comfortable for your shoulders. You know, it looks a little different on each of us. Some people have their hands just way out here and they seem to be enjoying that. My shoulders don't like that. I have to keep my hands really kind of in closer to my body to keep my shoulders at rest. So be sensitive to those aspects. This is harmonizing yin and yang. So the next few rounds, you can even just meditate on that word harmony. Harmonizing yin and yang, earth and sky, dark and light, inner and outer, feminine and masculine, harmonizing effort and ease. We're all going to meet up with the hands with the chi ball off in front of the left hip. You're going to rotate, turn the ball a half a rotation. Put your right palm on top and your left palm on the bottom. Pulse on that ball. Just remember staying very aware of the hands. And then brush knee, send chi. So that top hand, right hand comes down on a gentle diagonal towards your right knee as though you're going to brush it. And as you keep turning, your left hand sends the chi off to the right side of your space. Left hand fades down, right hand comes up. As you rotate, it's the left hand that will be brushing left knee, and right hand sends the. We're going to flow like that. Right hand comes down, left hand rises. As we turn, right hand brushes knee, left hand sends chi. Left hand drops, right hand rises, rotate. Maybe shift weight onto your left foot, lift your right heel as you send chi to the left. Right hand down, left hand rises, travel across center. Maybe put weight in the right foot, lift your left heel. And so you can follow that pattern or just adjust it to your taste or your creativity. Brushing knee and sending chi. Open and porous to receive all the benefits of your space, whether you're out here in the grove with me or you're at home. Open to receive every bit of helpful energy that's here. Swimming through it, breathing it in through respiration and absorbing it through the hands, the feet, the heart. The next few rounds, just the inquiry is, how can you perpetuate the motion but use less effort to do so? How little effort can you expend as you maintain the motion? It's like your bones have the map and they know how to move, and your muscles are relaxed. It's just like the intelligence of the bones that's moving you. Prepare for one more pass to each side. Then when you're ready, the right hand stays in front of the chest and the left hand comes across, and this is a integration or protection cross. So let your crossed wrists rest on your chest, rest back down into your footing, bend those knees, sink the tailbone, lift the pubic bone, chin in, top of the head upward. Nice deep breath. Just integrating, savoring, receiving. And a few rounds of cutting through to clarity. So the hands part, the fingertips are above the elbows. These are like two blades. I'm going to take the left hand back and press the right hand forward, and then switch. So pick a gaze point out in front of you. Could be a tree, some element from nature, and hold that steady gaze. Yoga, we call it a dristi. I haven't figured out what they call it in the Taoist tradition yet, but I'm sure there's a word for it. It's a nice steady gaze, and you're cutting through to clarity. Do a gesture of carving away distraction, whether it's mental distraction or even just emotional turmoil that's not really relevant now. It's kind of a leftover from before. And trusting our instincts to lead us forward and our connection with the highest wisdom, deepest strength. A couple more passes, cutting through to clarity. Feel that stability from your waist down into the earth. And these hands passing each other. Let's come into protection cross or integration cross. Pause and breathe. Relax your shoulders if that was a little taxing. Sinking a little closer to the earth. Witness any degree of stillness that's present for you right now, like an inner stillness or quiet. Coming into cloud hands next. So as we turn to the left palm is going to hover somewhere around the waist, little earth connection. The right palm is the clouds that are up high. So we've got earth and sky. And as we start to turn toward the right, we're leading with that right elbow. The wrists, fingers are all very soft as we rotate. Completing the turn to the right hand fades down toward the earth, the left hand rises, and that left forearm and kind of the trailing fingers are the clouds moving through the sky. The hands change, right hand rises to face inward, left hand faces the ground, and rotate. So that's our flow. If you're able to make this smooth and even, and if it is appealing to you to add the weight shifting the weight onto the foot into the same direction you're headed, lift the opposite heel, feel the hands change place, and come across. Interact deeply with your breath as you move. Almost like that lower hand is calming the waters, and the upper hand just traces through the air, reminds us that all things are perpetually changing. Just like the clouds moving through the sky. Every joint as loose and relaxed as you can. If you've lost track of that inner smile, that gentle smile, bring that in. We're doing something a lot of people feel like they should do, but they never get around to it. So we made it here today. Good for us on that. Few more sweeping rounds, staying at your nice meditative pace. Observant and present. With the next few passes, if you could absorb any quality into your hands from the universe, what would it be? Silent question. There's kind of one quality that you know you need for this day. Into receiving that in through your palms, finding its way right into your interior. Next time we all are facing forward, we'll come back into that cross. Pause, sink, integrate, receive, seal it in. And integrating yin and yang is next. Gonna reach down, these nice loose open arms, chi-filled hands, gather up from the earth. We did something similar already. Pause when you get to the chest, turn your palms out. Next in breath, reach up. Gather in, feel the top of your head wide open to receive all this beautiful nurturing energy from the universe. Pausing at the chest for a moment, enough to take your hands out, initiate the next in breath, gathering in. Exhale, pause for a moment. Inhale, reach it out and up. Again. Going down that blue sky. Nice. In and out. Gathering. Bringing in the yin, the dark. Balancing it with the light. One more round. So your hands just pass by front body. Palms turn inward for a moment. Wuji, standing pose. Turn your right palm up right in front of your lower dantian like a reservoir. Take your left hand out and up and draw a straight line right down. Trace the center channel of your energy system from the crown of your head right down to the pelvic floor. Turn your left palm up, reservoir. Gather in, straight line down, tracing the center channel of your body. One more time, right palm's up, left hand goes out. Seating down. Left palm up and right hand out. Bring it down. Turn both palms in toward the lower dantian. Step your feet in closer. Put a little bend in your knees. This is bamboo in the breeze. Or sapling in the breeze. So just allow your body to shift around. Offer a little assist, but forward and back. And you just want to have that feeling of standing with minimal effort and this ability to rock side to side and just always come back into balance. Kind of really literally going with the flow. Pause with the stillness. Nice breath in and out. We're going to drop down onto our seat for a seated portion or lay all the way down, which would be the choice that I would take if I wasn't leading the class. So have a 5-minute meditative stillness of your choosing. To integrate the chi, to really feel it, sense it, appreciate it. So each person finding their most comfortable position or the position that would allow them to integrate, absorb in a relaxed way. So this could be a time that you choose to close your eyes or not. You could choose to revisit that gentle smile, even if it's just for a moment, kind of let that imprint, the sweetness of it, the lightness of it, the gratitude of it. And then with the breath becoming natural, so not maneuvering the breath with any technique, just feel the weight of your body sinking right down onto the ground. Allow that sense or even a curiosity about, oneness and interconnectivity of all of life to just blanket you with that possibility that maybe everything really is connected and interdependent. And then within the system, ecosystem of your own physical body, your individual body, you can bring that gentle smile or the smiling energy down through all the major organs, starting with your brain, down through this whole network of communication lines that run from the brain to every cell in the body. Feel this good healing, healthy energy down, down, right through your chest, your heart, lungs. Over on the left, your stomach and your spleen. And over on the right, your liver and your gallbladder. And on your back, your kidneys, your adrenal glands, down into the pelvis, organs of the pelvis. And then all the bony structure of the body replenished, renewed, like there's light streaming through the marrow of every bone. Healthy elasticity through all the tendons, ligaments, cartilage in the body. Your blood, the carrier of good health and oxygen, life force. The relaxed and open sensation through your palms and your soles of your feet. Awareness of your capacity at times like this to be still and content. Out here in nature with me, you can just stay where you are, but float your eyes open and look at the treetops or any trees. And if you're at home, you might look out the window. I'm reading to you from Earth Prayers. This is called Consider the Life of Trees. Consider the life of trees. Aside from the axe, what trees acquire from man is inconsiderable, but what man and woman may acquire from the trees is immeasurable. From their mute forms, there flows a poise in silence, a lovely sound, and motion in response to the wind. What peace comes to those aware of the voice and bearing of trees? Trees don't scream for attention. A tree, a rock, no growth that we can see immediately of itself, but in close communion with the universal spirit. A tree retains a deep serenity. It establishes in the earth not only its root system, but also those roots of its beauty and unknown consciousness. Sometimes one may sense a glisten of that consciousness, and with such perspective, feel that we are not necessarily the highest form of life. Cedric Wright. So just take this final moment, feel your connection to the ground, to the earth, and start to make your way up to a seat at first. And then we'll join standing in a circle. So take your time to make it feel like a circle. Just take a look around and give a little nod to others that were willing to get out and about so early. Thank you so much to those of you that have been on this journey with me this summer. So thanks for giving me time to practice teaching a new modality. And so as we're here gathered in a circle, we include those who are on Zoom with us. And let's take our hands, no surprise there, make a fist with your right hand, bring it in close, and just take a moment to consider your strength, your power, and what aspect of your power you might call on today, even in advance. What do you need your strength for? Trust that you'll have it when you need it. And take your right hand, or your left hand rather, soft, open, supple, kind, gentle, wrap it around, and look down. You've made your own little yin yang symbol with the firmness of strength and the softness of gentle kindness. So bring to mind a scenario today where you might want to call in your kindness, your patience, your softness. Just trust you'll have that when you need it. So the hands drawn in nice and close and attitude of gratitude. Let's give a little bow into the center of the circle, to this ancient tradition, and to this time spent together. Hands in prayer. Give a little nod. Thank you for being here. Thank you to those on Zoom.